What's up, clowns? Today I'll be showing you how to make a Minecraft Super-smelter for Bedrock Edition. I haven't tested it in Java, but it should work for Java as well, as far as I know. It's pretty simple. It has an item collection system, so as soon as you put something into this hopper, this track will turn off, making the minecart stop underneath it, fill up, and then as soon as this is empty, it will turn this back on and it will set it off again, distributing all the items throughout the system, letting it smelt more efficiently. It's the same thing on the back here with a slight difference, just so that I could make it fully functional, so that it didn't cross over in any weird ways. And then, of course, over here we just have a basic super smelter setup. Minecarts on the top, have hoppers on the top, for fuel input, nope, for smelting input, hoppers on the sides for fuel input, and then hoppers on the bottom for output. All comes out in this chest, pretty simple. This super smelter is great for smelting a lot of things very, very fast. The best part is it's always running. You can literally just throw stuff in its chests and wood trash from building, whatever you need, whatever you're trying to smelt. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you throw in there. Well, it does matter. You have to make sure that what you throw into just as smeltable is a fuel source, and what you throw into the input chest is something that can be smelt, or else it will clog up the system. But you can smelt a lot of things. Pretty much anything made out of wood you can smelt. This. You can smelt any wooden item, bows, crossbows, any extra stuff that you have. If you have a skeleton farm, you can throw all your bows into the smelting chest right here. Speaking of which, this is where you put all of the items you can smelt. This is where you put all of the fuel, and this is where it all comes out. Pretty simple, pretty basic, and let's get to the tutorial. These are the items that you're gonna need for chests: 8 furnaces, 26 hoppers, some blocks, some 15 power rolls, 8 rails, 2 blocks of redstone, 4 comparators, 2 redstone torches, 2 observers, 2 wax copper bulbs, 1 redstone repeater, minecart with chest. Anyways, we'll just start. Grab chests, hoppers, birds. Oh, before we start, the hopper, you need 3. Depending on how long you want this, it can be pretty much as long as you want. The depends on some of the supplies. Those supplies will be the hoppers, the furnaces, of course, the rails, um, and the redstone, depending on how long you make it. If you make it ridiculously long, then yes, also the redstone blocks. But you probably shouldn't need to do that. You're gonna need 3 times the amount of furnaces. For hoppers, you're gonna need 3 times the amount of furnaces for the hoppers, plus 2 hoppers. For the powered rails, about 15 for 8, and then about the same amount. I don't know. It's an approximation. It's just kind of how I set it up. Important thing to understand is that there needs to be 1 normal rail in between these, but no more than 1 and no less than 1. Or else this won't send it all the way to the edge here, and it won't send it back. That's what I've discovered. You could probably go with 2, maybe, but I'd prefer not to risk it and just stick with. So let's start the tutorial. Go 1, 2, 3 from the front. 1, 2, 3. Place 2 chests there. Place hoppers. Place 8 hoppers. Place your furnaces on top. Make sure you're crouching while you do this so you don't open up the hoppers. If you're struggling with that, that is where you're going wrong. As long as you're crouching, then they will not affect you. It gets annoying when you're flying creative though, because you go straight down, and you might see that happen every once in a while I'm trying to do this. Um, For example, so just crouch, place all of them. So chest, 8 hoppers going into the chest. They all need to be facing this way. 8 hoppers on the back going into the furnaces. 8 hoppers on the top going into the furnaces. Furnaces can be visible or they can't be visible. Probably place them however you want. This is just how this design is set up. Next up, you're going to need the rails. You're gonna need some blocks. The redstone blocks. Um, that's it. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna come over here. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2. Wait. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Make this third block down 1. Place a powered rail there and a power rail there. Place 1 normal rail there. Place 5 power rail there. Powered rails there. Place as many as you can until the end where you place another one there. If you're making this incredibly long, you're going to need to add more powered rails in the middle so that it keeps the minecart going. Do the same thing over here, except for this gets a little bit annoying. As long as you're placing them relatively in the order that I am, you should be fine though. But that there is a problem. Let's see. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna place a block right there. You're gonna place a powered rail right there, and then you're gonna place a powered rail right there. You're gonna break this block, and now they're all aligned. Fine. Place a block right there. Break it. Block right there. Break it. Place a block on top of both of those. Yep. You're gonna place a block on top of this minecart rail, and then place a block right next to that one as well. This means that when the minecarts hit the edge, they will just go back the other direction due to these powered rails. These powered rails have to be there or else they will not go, they will just stop. That is it for the rail section. Oh, except for I forgot the redstone blocks. Place this redstone block on top of that one in the middle. It'll power both of them. One right there, and don't place another one right there. We will power those later. Grab your hoppers, your observers, your bulbs, your repeater, your comparators, and your torches. And we're gonna head over here. Place 2 hoppers on top of these rails right here, facing downwards towards the rails. Place a comparator next to both of those. Place a stone brick on both of those. Turn that off. Well, if it turned on, place 2 observers like that. Place 2 copper bulbs like that. Place 2 blocks like that and 1 block like that. Put a comparator right here, and then put a comparator right here. Put a repeater right there. Now, grab an item, doesn't matter what item, I'm just grabbing a random one from the inventory. Put one in here. As you can see, when there's an item in here, it's powered on. We want it to be powered off when an item's in there. So you put an item in there, break the torch, take the item out, put the torch back. Now it's on because it's empty. If you put an item in there, it'll turn off. On, empty, off, has something in it. You're gonna do the same thing over here. Take it out, put it back. That's it. Awesome. You don't need that item anymore. Now, after that, just place a chest right there, and a chest right there, and place 2 minecart chests. Now I will test it. Grab whatever you want to smelt, cactuses or something. Grab any sort of fuel source. I just grab the most random stuff, it really doesn't matter. Throw in your charcoal into the back chest, throw in your smeltable item into the front chest, and they will both stop at the end here, as you can see. They're filling up. As soon as this is empty, it will move. And now those are all on, and we will start getting some green dye. As soon as all of these are finished smelting. Why is that? Oh, must have broken, fallen into there. Make sure if something's not working, just check the hoppers. It might be clogged. And if it's still not working, come back and review the video. That's my best advice. So yeah, that's all gonna start coming in quickly, smelting very quickly. Remember, you can do this with any fuel source. There's one more thing. Yes. So as long as this is empty, it will turn this rail on. So if you put more than this can handle, no, more than the minecart chest can handle, which is the same amount as the normal chest, then it will overfill and this will be full and that will be full, so it will never run. So you need to be careful how much you're putting in there. So that's only going to happen if you have an obscene amount of stuff. This is true for both chests, so it's good to keep that in mind. And that is the entire tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.